Natasha from Bagida'waad. I am the manager of Bagida'waad Alliance. We are here with Ron, Janet, Dave, Lori, Renee, Marie, sorry, for another night of classes, Anishinaabemowin classes with Ron. So I hope you guys are all comfortable, and I'm going to hand it over to Ron. Miigwech.
Wow, smudgy gipskanat when we bedenk ook nog. Hij ook me was binnen PGB eigenlijk pin daar pin chibako mek. Me wat je aan de keer wat ik kujing chakana keer wat. Nee. Mandani manrogises nish. Oh,
Nadogises Shanish Shwaswe is 18th. Nijing Darswak Nishtana Shanish 2022. Nishwaso de Bogane 8 o'clock.
Allez, bonjour. Anishinaabemowin, Bagida'waad.
Oh,
Smudge. Is het maar zeker? Be gek. Be gek. Anish. Is een kazwin.
Anish is Nikazia.
Is een kazin. Ode yatik. Economic.
Ani, Michelle Mendijnikas, Toronto and Dunjaba. Miigwech.
Any new hour shop.
You have no deal.
Bill,
Bill?
I can see your lips moving, but we can't hear you.
I do some lip reading.
Aha, honey.
Bill Moses, Ndishnakas, on sound in Dunjaba. That sound all right?
Bonjour. Wish me no way out. Yavin we out. Kawida.
Mascot magazine in dus dan kan we makkelijk door een piezaging lang Dunjaba. Nou wanneer ben ik with the bottom moment check mompie up check na back ook. I'll get Laurie first seven.
Verse 7. I'm going to show pictures. If I hold this up, Duam Danawana, yeah. Al Maba. Nijnike Ado Azirjan Kaza Maba. Papa Sa. Papa Sa is a woodpecker in general. Mishmaba. Meme. Asian Kazakh. It's the red-headed woodpecker. Meme.
Cardinal.
Okay. We shall. Oh, I'm going to see this one. Skobenesh. Okay. Skobenesh. This is a cardinal. Misko Beneshi. Oh, wait. Misko is the red color. Misko Beneshi. There's those beautiful little birds that we see, the hummingbirds, nanokshkas. Nanokshka is when has the ability to be able to stop in midair, nanokshka. And he's little one, so he's called nanokshkas. Nokshkashi. See these guys lots in the cities. It's a dove or a pigeon. Omimi. Omimi. Jinkaza. Can't wait to see these guys. The robins. Pitcha. Pitcha.
Picture.
And these are those beautiful big birds we see. The swans. Wabazi. Wabazi. This one we have sitting on our table. It's got the eyes that are looking at us. Owl. Go, go, go. Was that go, go, go? Oh, that was 7. Anishinaabemowin.
Rennie.
Ready?
Oh, look.
Oh, oh,
Go, go, go. So you're on 8.
8.
8.
Yeah, golden eagle.
Can you have
This
Rennie?
is the golden eagle. Oh,
No,
okay.
okay.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
Nah. Genau. Gnu. Es in Kazakh Maba. The golden eagle. Chickadee. Jin. Yeah. Jin.
Gaji Ganesh.
Jigi Nar.
Gaji Ganesh. Gaji Ga.
Jigiga Nashi. That's a chickadees.
Rennie, if you could hold it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be closer, but just back close to your chest and just a little higher than you were. Then we can see the whole picture. That's perfect. Be good.
Little wee bird, man. Chickadee. That's what my mom used to say.
Seagull.
Seagull. Kayash. See lots of those guys around. Yeah, but filling up at the dump. Who's this guy? The hawk. Jigik. Gigik.
Gigek. Gigek.
Yeah. A screech owl.
Kaka.
Kaka Banashi. Oh, like that. Okay, bring up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kakabashin. Kakabashin.
Banashi.
Yeah.
You see him?
Yeah, kept reaching.
The raven.
No,
The Gaga. Gaga. Yi. Gaga gi. Gaga. Gaga. Gaga ga. And then we have the blue jay.
Dindise.
Nindise. Nindise.
Dindise.
Nindise. How much is that? Mm.
yeah, Mava. Look, you know what, Malo? She got what I'm saying. I'm saying what the Gunondwa game about in the springtime. And it's Penay. Penay, Gay, Cause Gale.
Banana.
Penay. Penay. You guys, Sataman Ganaganio. You guys, cause it all.
Turn flip the page over.
The game over.
Yeah.
On deck. On deck. On deck is that black crow. Peach and Gale. He wants to know if the road is clear when you're driving down going down to see somebody. He'll let you know if there's any police in front of you. If you ask him, he'll say, call. Oh, yeah, see what the, what ton of is in. You know, the question and I was come out anyone that's scale. Anyone do you? Get under here. Oh, you my gay, then she's 17, right?
Ren. No, Ren.
Ren. It's a wren, and it's not
Nam Sagadawe she.
Num Sagadaw Nashi. She's in cause the game out of this. What mana? Do you see him? Yeah.
And Mama.
We just came on Ajik. G-Chalk. You'll see them in the field sometime in the springtime. All summer long, they're brown cranes. G-Chalk is in Coshook. Marvelous gay. Mega Z. North Canage, Ginon Dan Gage and Cosakeo, Chipanashi. But we gave non gomation Cosakeo magazine. Patino Canage and Pia, Jicago. Gibiscab is open our game and P. He gets Canagego. Fire what Maguamamic. Over this on the crow. We already did the crow.
Already did on the.
Oh, is it?
More this game basic. The Bagigo cat came over. And magazine yage. Or it's Eskimag Megwa. Megwin? Is that how you say it?
Your fingers are on the word.
Well, give it in G.
Ash,
Uh,
Megwin,
Magazine.
Ash,
Yeah.
see.
Magazine jag. You give it as about the magazine came over. The game over Eskimag Megwin. Megwin,
Yeah.
you game over Asian cause it. You just came over gay mud hand. Mosque C. Mosque Marbagay is in cause the game of this mud hand. Not gonna gay, no way gay. Poma shit game of it, but then she. You just gonna game of a gay a mallard. This mallard, sheep. The sheep is in Kazgazamaba. Oh, keeping in Genumina.
And this one's a male one, eh? That's a
Yeah.
male.
Mother male.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a male sheep. He's a mallard. Oh. And the other one is he's brown. The mate is the female.
Minako.
Yeah.
Those are those two we seen walking around then. I thought it was a wood duck. There's a woman, a man and wife.
Yeah. That's why you see the green here.
Yeah.
We just came up again. Mang. Mong is in Cosgay. He's a loon. Given and done gay, you don't duck gay, give out game on people. Kai gives us
Dat is toch zin
the
dan
non do off team, you know.
Ja, weet je maar geen week meer om.
Yeah. Me gay, Bobby, but done gay. Come on.
We can move on, ja.
We come on gay, we the market, Maba, a banana sheep.
We binnen kikak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Je weet je non dat toch. Kishawan.
Okay.
Nakshikta ni.
Yeah, ok. Kida. Aha.
Mi dus kana ge mame ke beneshi. Neshi ka.
Naman pi mame ke Bagida'waad. Bagida'waad.
Apterne aptamagishin amagu. Ke bo basti nok be bayazik mupi. Nochna ge go na zokyu neshi. Mabana Loon garbage mat maba. Mon. Mi wit magino we big mo. Jap mab me bezat. Mi ap de kapitol net kanten king. Mi go we big mo. Wit magino. Mabage maba on deck. About tamike by ni. You say no. You we be out na yo kabog mo bejik penation Blue Jay. Oh.
Tindise, magigwingwish.
That's the one, that first one that you hear. Probably the market we be out, huh? You just get on deck, you get the key. Me the girl got basic whatever by up. No issue more even. Get he. Me the then they go to the Guinea King, and they were or the Guinea King on Legosia. Maar was de kwestie ben ik een king winnen zijn. We zijn dat we go. Was er is imagine winnen. Op ik kan denken op zijn dat we een king was geschok ja. Me is check wat ik.
Chiga ko gibaya goding ya shiki ke. Mish dap na man ba bayano de. Mish non dwako. Kida. Kugo. Oh namnek gidap na na go gikida. So he said I was picking medicine and I was walking around and I heard the owl. So I paid attention to what he was saying. He said, okay, you've picked enough. That's enough now. And that was all I needed. So we pay attention to that when we're out in the bush and doing, I just noticed that when I'm doing picking medicines, that you'll hear or you'll see something and they'll indicate to you that you have now what you need. So we just give thanks and off you go.
Dus yo, maar we net shit maar pen daar ik kujing niet ken wat we begin daar aan ken. Mi dus maar katchas wat maar pio jen do maar ki sawan wim gamwat. Sino cham gamwat ke sawan. Niga paktige op wat. Moet je op dat maar hoe ktige op ke mama jiking worden ken. In English, I guess, the Nashi was that are known to be in this area, the one that we talked about tonight. All the Nashi were put on earth as they are creators, singers. They're also sent to spread seeds so that the plant life may live and grow. Come on, you can feel and go. Mi manda ni ju with maging ni gan wanas chicken. I was doing a much tango mina. Mupi we been up me. Mean it's a good time ni manda ni ju much time was gonna walk to victiking was mama check doing mupi. Me got much time and me the show ni the on what doing pe rim up me. Around May, and I'm at watch. And the key was told ma what thing book. Kishmartang pe big sneaky that I nam dam look my way asiok. Up the cost of the king by Jow will none the all you. Kai moppy to guess yok. Yo, dam na kumata tayo tike. Nang ko binibi no stiga am dige ma ko ma dam nak. Mi je so dio ni no skana ge ko teg no ni otena. O gishin to ina oteni. Mo mi jin ode. Spog de no. Man de sigo gin magic to in ko ken dam. Mo pe tengo. Ken ko mo pigo chaka dengo ku magic ni ya. Ko ken da. Anishinaabemowin also like the garden, have to be careful. We need to decide what we want to go in our garden. Anishinaabemowin may live to thrive. I'll be doing my donnie. Now I have a penny. Nini nani gachia. Mishomas. Bisgo gin yabajar. Monsieur Gabo, we could talk to Bisgo gin. Ktinga furrow, what's not I think good you. Me, Scott, you can not met the how. Up deck on the weekend, I'll give you wish again, you got the king, you could. Oh, it was about, I don't know, 7. We see you, the king of bombed up on board. Not he's now got any furrow. Miss Nadi, Gibbs Cavian, in the Smith Toyang, you miss you. He's strong, Nick the God. No, Mr. Shake, Chenendo, Chenendo, Raji Bokwe, Hagu, the game and the magic Toman, the king, Dam Nakan Piri out. Now, when I had to cook in beans, what do you see beans? My Znigan of Slias. You know, we know Kendano.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they are going to give Kendana or was it Bagida'waad.
Ningi noondan ane jimenan. Mage misko disman. Bagida'waad.
You know, she says, the king get an no, or the scheme another baking get from another year. Oh, Jesus, Benik. Not going to go, you know. Som even snappen ikke nye kikte kan han nok mes. Om ikke annet nye ekstra så vi kikte at mye nye mye gamina kamigwet. Nye pikkebom. Ja, is ik zijn dan niet gaan of gi bijna op een nog mes. Op zoek naar ik ken daar wel eens zien ook niet ken. Zijn boakat in de ken. Nog kan je ook kijken dan. Dan nog je daar. We stoot niet dan nabo. Niet zo. Je moet niet. De mogelijk. Zo'n toort. Je moet niet. Christmas time. Ken die zijn lang niet ken. Ze bakt ons. Met de niet. Nangwa. Na. Shashani, you buy a ma. Well, when it's walk together, we don't be now one of Scott, and you need to come and mock him on that I'm there. What? Kayogi Nagadasi Mavana, Kashana near, of deck now gas and pure near up the structure, maybe then cook you. Missani, on picking our Nigan on the King John Young, you mean I'm Nigan, cocktail young, the Penic, Dam, Keru, Migi Mania, Mia Bakubastia, come to ma. Keep by out. Can you keep all Manishnaben? Mia Bastiget your kitchen and them all. You're sharing like a bungay, snow plow, Yabajan, we won't bomb that ma. Bij de bikkel, pompen is het. Maar de mieken niet. Dat was altijd platen. Kijk hoe je kan je men niet.
Mag ik het again?
Bagida'waad, Abdek Namnik. How do you say, to plant? Gigtaganawa. They had to plant enough. Babong we wisnawatya. So this is where all of the how much planning you can danawa abdek namnik we tiganawat we wisnawat for the whole year. Gibaknagawat for the canning. Jigakwang abdek ijawat skumnak detgagmanak abdeki dapnanawa. The berries,
Shimako.
shimnikawak. I don't know. Did they have nuts in the area? Nuts, they had chestnuts and things around here. Or
Yeah.
were those brought in?
No, they had them around here.
They had them around here.
Mhm.
Yeah, because Gimachtanayang get again for our garden.
Mhm.
We had our community garden that we started in 2009.
Of waarschijnlijk kunnen we wel eens tot ja, Tina.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So she was our first person that came in just to help with that community garden.
Mm.
And meanwhile, we dop na mang manpi. When we can demang we
Was op de
was it meanwhile, yeah.
bestaan bedenken.
Yeah, we've stumbled there, but it hasn't really taken a whole lot. Yeah, because it's hard work. Abdek, Gakwab, geez, I can't even speak tonight.
Kwam dan.
Abdek Kwam Danamen. We have to go out and do that hard work and, you know, look after that garden and harvest it.
Misschien heel makkelijk dingen.
Yeah, and figure out how much is it that we need. And I know I'm speaking a lot of English right now because I'm not sure how to say those words very quickly. On tonight on Facebook, people were posting that the grocery stores don't have very much food in them
Mhm.
because we're seeing the latter part of COVID. Mhm. So, Abdek, Gaskabiman, what a Nikia.
Wanneer joh? Wanneer gaat je die in? What did you say?
I think Marie was talking to someone in the room, so I muted her.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay, yeah. Abdek minwa gadap nanamin. Yo kenda swin. Just shamga to shamgayang manpi to feed our own people minwa. Because we've become too dependent on the outside. And we're being shown now that we have to come back. Nin win abdek kushishkeminyo. So we need to teach our young ones to be able to be self-sufficient. So I don't know, how would we say self-sufficient? But we have
Like
to.
a kino.
Yeah.
Dus normaal geen minua.
Mhm,
Je mean Guama. Benojiak.
Nishkinigijik.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gishpen Kajichke Siang yo Kapkedemen.
Okay, we can see now what is get what Kishpen Pompi Minoa. What a to get what?
Mishdash Beneshi Yakajichke what?
To get what?
Yeah, Bob
To get.
I know that word. I don't know why it's not coming out tonight.
One piece of it, one piece of it.
Bob Tigewat.
The game and she.
So, to give an issue, yeah. So last week we talked about how important it is to remember to look at the teachings of those Wesayak and the Benashiak and all those ones
Mhm.
and Mingawat, because they're reminding us.
Go with Jean, not can you all come sugar on.
Yeah, Mishmanda Webak Nonga. Yeah.
Go on the trigger.
I wasn't expecting to.
The game on the Meekan. Meekan Gazetoman, Ganagi in with you, Chicanoma Gang, Maba, Benochiak, Wabiajic. We Manda Eba Dunge, Maba Lori. Watches Romage Anglo. Yo Manda yo Meekan, Gazetoman gigging with you. Should often the Mot can again on. We the Magua, Mama Vilno GK, Jikima. Can I go Martin good? Cages gain bunks again, kicking with Zom geek Tim to the Kanomage on Ganageo. Get a Tim Min, Kai we be awesome. Kai describe we Kanomage Simon, you only care.
There's non schnike again in when the Jumaga Goman. We should stay on.
Yeah.
It wasn't that way. We were shown other ways. Eh?
You get Gale. We say game on the yo, Ginjaman the monk, and again in which you keep the gay what. Kizno Magas what, me describe Kino Nakang, and again in which you. We gave the pitch and Ginage, keep keeping the gay out, and again on. But up among Kizno Magwang, Sigana. Nego gay OP, Chibida, keeping the gain. Keeping on Kamaji, not Kanage go, Migana, Tagaqua, Nazine, in the keeping along again on Negation because what those little berries, squawging up. Kinnaganage, not Kanage, I would think. When I go in down, Zonoma going, Benashia, me getting on West here. Me Mondageo and Jeb Mother Beyond you and Nipkade Catweir. Me go you Bishop. When see me getting on Benashi, where the Louis the Mockego was at Mods at Weir. One Eskanage is no more again. Miguel, Basic Ma, keep a shaw, keep Kade came over quack. Keep each bit to ma, but this saying. Keep it to ma, keep what bit. Who, he could over there. We get out, what will be weird, by the way. Me yo is no mago now. Me go chip is saying that big turkey. He come running by her. Me gna is just a mago me Gwen. We me Gwens me where over there she chip is saying me game under your family comes together and can we on. Can not gonna get you joy but you. Mi just gonna get you yin and dumb game no gum yo kai panag dum watches even. Which gonna get bungy he net padang but gonna you. The scabadang got sweeper. You Monday go just game no gum. Chibad the mong and Anishinaabemowin and Nagi on Pio. Mi gay Monday yo you eat the mob, basic nungum. When SK ye AON, ye kadageo, maba shishan. Town and again AON, ye kada, measurable. You go gay You not up away my auntie yo. Cowan and again, yo, hey, don't forget who you are. And they're always reminding me of that, aunts and uncles. Cowan and again, Kaigadagi Shazino, the Weets and Anish, me gay, and Gi Kidageo. That's what she was telling me at that time. Don't cut your hair. You walk Makaewa Wichke. I saw a friend. Me Nasa Kikada. Kaigadagi Shazino Witson. Anishkeo. Migeo Eo in Geki Kitageo. Kaja Saptang Nageo. Chimajingo. You just cannot get near and Jabis command Monday on my braid. Miguel Zumako and the man you Nikia. Miguel Pane Zumako and the man you Monpi Malvik on my right side is like your community. You just came on the one in the center, Keen Gale. You just came under this left hand. That's family. Mio Gaza Sataman Gip Kadeke on Mio Gabian Gokio. You got read the Magoyan or give mother beyond you want to care. Give me the more this show Gamin the Goyan. Well, basically here. When it's got David the one gig, Kai David is in got David the one gig to the community this gig Gaza with he may send them. Okay, so give me in Golden Gina. You want the zin? Sure. Me got David the man, you.
Okay.
You know, some leave that. Some no leave that geek it.
The Baj Mummy was Siri.
Mr. Morgan, so, well, we the market. Was just for the up. You were job, my dog, you want boy or what? Was just my best by a.
Just that? Oh.
And then we want my dog by audio, was just my. You know, that's we the money edge we be out. She on blue J, what throw it again. There, but this would be or second be done. What doing? What you took? Come, you make it. Cousin. Not gonna go. Nangone gibizundan mam zunap test chicken. Mishimabo ning British Columbia, Mamaki, Mamik. Nito.
Oh, the Noshkas. The Noshkas.
Yeah, British Columbia. Winter time, what do I help you? Here we be away, but now not to go by Archma Uniking, one king also by Alku, Sean and the king. Not to go away with the duck water. On deck Chicago, monsoon the duck. He will give money, you quick it up, the king. Come together, then the king is away, but the king. We make the members of the week margin, always away. Mandoni, Salking Seaby, the Quam down gay, may go to school for the snow bungini, be now good. He went on me, how you're there, make seem for giving cat gay. Me opinion, Boss Kangokia, me can money women not make. Mergeban, now merge is open, Chicanani, Kungi Patina. Be not very cake, no new Zibani, Paskango Commish. President boy, bang, bang. What are you going to need? Chicken mean, the king. Can go Matish Kango Kimbish. kina we ko Bobby chicken go.
You're teaching with that one too.
Huh?
Just, with that. We can do that another time.
Oh no, this month. Kaya ko na ore ya kaya ko na good for them.
Oh, I'll take them. Am I still muted?
Nope, we can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay. Take them one for the because I'm close to my mission sabat. Kikte koma TV sing the kya kumpi. Kagna
Ni sa kaya ko.
recognize the area anymore because it's all houses now. But they were about 40 or 50 years ago, maybe longer than that. Mishoma system farm. Midashio the contract is na kadek. Imin chagasa. Mishigo tagada. Yeah. Cucumbers. Oh, small cucumbers. And they'd use them for pickling. And then he'd bag those, and then he'd get whole, he'd fill the whole wagon full of pickles. Midashio nongwa. Mishpin. If I buy them, because they're cheaper to buy than to grow them, I think, I don't know. It's just, I know there's, we used to have a garden and it is a lot of hard work, but it's good work. Because you can see the fruits of your labor. The big pickles is who he used to sell them to. So I relate to that now when I put big pickles on my table. Yo, still on the market, didn't I was going it's 50 years ago. But that's how I relate to that big garden on that name, brand name, Big Pickles. So today, Nongwa, Kakeaba, Nibna, Ke Diasino, Kenama septic tanks, Teno, Ishpinma, garden the tubes that are going to your septic. You get visit my mother. Those things that go out from your septic. They got I don't know, disconnected, and there was a lot of work to get them replaced and a lot of money. But that was a septic tank, and I guess the outer parts of it, But she wasn't discouraged from planting a garden. She always had a garden every year. She just planted in a little smaller area. She couldn't grow corn anymore because corn needs space, right? But she grew the beans and cucumbers, things like that. But it was just because it was habit. Every time, in the spring came around, our people would say, well, it'd be warmer weather, rain, it'd be a good time to plant. And they knew when to plant. That myself, I'm not in tune with the environment anymore. It seems so, I don't know. It seems so, it's not like it used to be. We used to really had hot summers. I can remember sitting in school. We had no air conditioner, but it was so hot. The summers now aren't, maybe we'll have a couple of hot days and that's it. Then we have the weather that's not very, not unstable. So we can't go by that anymore. Even the winters, I remember the blizzards we had here. Toronto just had a blizzard. And I thought to myself, they're getting that now, but before it was the northern part of Ontario that used to get the blizzards. And I remember them, they used to last for days and even probably weeks. And we thought nothing of it. We just carried on. We went to school. There's no school closures. We just went, and nobody ever got hurt from it. But today, it's so cold that somebody could freeze because there's no the snow. I think acts as an insulator if you fall on it. Because one time I witnessed a person. I don't know how long he was laying in the snow, but there was a big hump out there, and I knew it was a person. And I got the security of the police at that time to go and check on him. He was all right. I don't know how that happened, but he was all right. He never froze or nothing because the snow covered him. Today, because there's no snow, that some people are in danger of getting freezing. But I think we can go back. We can try, and see if we can do the planting again. I got a little that was donated from Nawash, a little gardening thing. I wasn't very good at it because I never really I needed more depth in my soil. It was kind of shallow, and so the plant itself kind of was, how it grows big, then there's little, there's not too much root in it. So I've got to learn how to plant in one of these boxes. I know at the high school they're teaching them, but I didn't really observe too much of that over there when I was TA over there. But they were teaching them, like the greenhouse, teaching the students how to plant. So that's a good, because you can use those seedlings and then plant them into a bigger ground, like out of the greenhouse. But I think the birds, I have birds here that come every day. I have a little bird feeder out there. But the lady next door, she said, don't leave that out in the spring, because those birds got to learn how to, to go and look for their food. It's all right for the winter time because they can't find, seeds or anything. I can tell you a little story. Oh, am I rambling again? I could tell you a little story about a lady that was visiting. I'll make it short. The lady was visiting my mom from Sigma. Kinta nagashawe bakita maman ya lady. Kagin gamsio ka Nishiya. Bigi no nagmana kishawe patma. My mom said, yeah, Kagin gamsio last year. And that was true. They didn't even sing in the morning. And they didn't even, how you hear them all the time when you go na Chikakwa. They weren't singing Keko Kishiwe, but Midishio climate change. Kendanawa or Shueva. I don't know. Watching thing the other day on a DVO about the permafrost. Get them got great big holes in the ground. Gisegas. Mystery of climate change. Oh, thanks for listening.
Very well. You got the
Oh,
story
me,
about
good.
the Ming.
Oh, no, I didn't find it. That, the story about the
We
loon.
didn't want it.
Here, what's that? Oh, you found one? Janet. Oh, did you? Okay.
I'll give her that.
If I can interrupt for a second, Borden had a question. Do you mind if I allow him to talk?
Oh. Chicago snow. Chicago snow.
Honey Gordon.
Hi. Ashen, Makwa, Indoem, Dinesh. Mike, is that my clan is bird?
Beneshin Dodem. Bene.
Yes,
Just want to be able to say it right.
Ah,
Bene Dodem. Yeah, Bene, hey? Yeah.
Nakwa, Indem, Benesh.
Okay. Mukwa is a bear.
Yeah, but my family is bird. I want to learn Ojibwa,
uh-huh.
but my family is crow.
on deck.
But I don't know anyone that speaks crow, but I'd like to learn Anishinaabe.
Okay. They're from the
Alberta?
Crow Nation.
Yeah.
His family's from the Crow Nation.
Yeah.
Oh,
States?
okay. Way up
Yeah.
that way.
So he doesn't have anybody around. We to speak with.
Yeah.
So he wants to learn Ojibwe.
So I have someone to speak with. Yeah, that's okay, right?
Huh?
Good. Thank you.
Nishan.
So do you want to be able to say I'm Bird Clan?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
So I would say Beneshi Indodem, but maybe probably one of the fluent people could give us better pronunciation and answers.
Okay.
No, it has to be a specific bird you're asking.
Oh,
Yeah.
That bird expands to everything, so it's a certain bird. Maybe it's a megzi, that's an eagle, or maybe you're another clan, the
Hummingbird,
hummingbird.
robin.
I
swan.
see. So
But
I
actually,
should find out what bird they are.
Mhm.
yes, what type of bird it
Okay.
is.
Yeah, I will look into that. Thank you.
Hubby Shandine. Where do you live?
Own sound.
Oh, by Suganama,
Mm.
nearby.
Can't read that.
Kind.
No.
Oh, shit, tell us about the loon.
Oh, the loon, this is the beaver. I don't know, but I might get it mixed up.
There's a bunch of.
Esboness. So I say it in English and you're going to say it in Anishinaabe. Okay. A long time ago, the beaver had a long skinny tail. So like the muskrat, he has a long skinny tail. That was the beaver's tail at one time. And the big flat tail was the muskrat. And then, so the muskrat was playing around in the water, diving around, making a whole bunch of noises, slapping that tail in the water and everything. And the beaver was watching him. He says, oh, he looks like he's having so much fun. And then, so he went over, sat on the shore, and he's looking at the muskrat. He says, can we trade tails? I want to try what you're doing. So the muskrat was hesitant, but he says, okay, after the beaver kept on bugging him, so he switched tails with the beaver. So the beaver went out, with his flat tail, and he was diving in the water and everything. He was making a whole bunch of splashes, having really a whole bunch of fun. The muskrat was sitting there on the side of on the shoreline, and he's calling the beaver back. He says, I want my tail back now. So the beaver kept on ignoring him. And then he went and he started to cry. And he says, I want my tail back. I want to switch back. What that beaver did, he dove down and he didn't come back up. He swam really far and that tail helped him to go there. The muskrat is sitting on the side of the shore there and he started crying and crying. So when you see the muskrat now, his little eyes are red and he's sitting there, that looks like he's sitting there crying. That's why he lost his tail to the beaver and he never got it back. So that's why the beaver has the flat tail and the muskrat has the skinny tail, but you can see him when you look at him, his eyes are red and looks like he's crying all the time.
Aw. Poor muskrat.
So those are some stories that I remember hearing somewhere of different elders or basil and things like that, and how the beaver got his tail and how the muskrat, how he looks when you look at him now. It looks like he's crying. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I see
we could
that.
have done that.
What?
We could have done that. We could just. We could have done that.
I think somebody, you know, we could even.
Colleen Duck hands in is
Read, I can't.
No. It's almost the same story what Rennie had told. Yeah, myself, yeah. Look at.
I did the first few.
Monte gedanken dan is er Jimman aan de key. Oh,
Ran out of time.
oh.
We could send this to them. Gishman.
Uh-huh.
We have a story here, and it's similar to the one that Rennie had just spoke about. It's called Why the Beaver Has a Broad Tail. This booklet has Anishinaabemowin and Anishinaabemowin in it. It has the two languages and interpretation. On these pieces of paper, it's all Anishinaabemowin. So we're going to send this to Victoria, and Victoria can post it. We have tried. We were going to attempt to read this tonight. It's for us, it was very difficult, but it would be interesting to have it in your hands so you can just, you can look through it and try to read through it. Of course, you're not going to have the translation, but maybe the translation could be done up on a different paper, and that can be sent out as well.
make a recording somehow.
Reading it.
Oh, yeah.
Give it this.
That one went out, eh? The birds went out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We this year Monday next week. Take off my payment, jig. Got the budget, mom. Up to the about Tinok. Not can I go now with the sock. But my basically, me wet and beach, Mabana, and not the people name, squan dagging no name. The most son kitchen. We go maybe then, yeah, with Magin. We can now leave it up with the show ice, swap, but commish. You can't much time off here on the set. We all got about a month going next week. The Goka Magic. Maybe we'll have another story. Easy story. We went Panakan on the king. Not gonna get with the morning. Penny, anything which the morning, people in Japan would oh, me and Nick. Oh,
Yeah. Somebody was saying something. I don't know what it was.
oh, you're gonna wait for that.
Any questions?
Anybody out there? There's something right there again.
Yeah.
At the bottom.
Elizabeth, I see your hand is up.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Gim Kwendan Manda last class. Gid Bajandan Wasiak Ginondan we are Gikidat Gawindo Kenzin Manda Sango. Sango is like a gray squirrel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and Geet, don't go out Nakshik, as you watching the man Tiganan, Maba, Wesi Sun Sango Ajnakazad, Sanjige Pene, Jibwaba Boning, Sanjige Skaknake with the Tiganing, we Gego now we midget Pibabon. Misamampi Manda Engia object or young Sanjige, we store things away like the little sun go.
Ah,
You watch.
I'm which me york. I can get Yonika.
Neo.
Ka.
Ka.
Guidamon gego basic. Maba makwa gip skoze. Manda mi sumanda yo Jesus.
Menedogis.
Menedo Jesus. Mi ki ma drib de gazet maba o makwa. Mi gi bezags de set o de end dat. Ki bana bege apchigna ki bagde maba o makwa. Ki mi gi notchna ki ban doam dan ge o awi sang. Kayo yim kazin. Mi dus ki wa margin o de ge wa chance. O de Fumunan ge gigo in. Abish kan de nego gigo. But I mean is snagi go maba gigo in. Ka gi ke de ge wa chance. Anish. Nis ga gde wa ki ke de ge o. Oh. Ka ni skabudak na ge ni shama ge wa chance. Dia wak nis o de wa chance. Ni shama ge go. Abish kan de neto o das Budaya anggut o de ge o gandanak mabagi goyak. Da ja so de zwanak ge di an ge maba o makko. Ni ge ki kada beska bin ge jaga so wakshens. Mi deski deska bit ge o wakshens. Hang gujno mon ge kede. Mi desko de gina jawat ge mina Bonne ango kodeo out in the lake. Near the Kinamaji Gazato Makwa. Zoana Koge Gian Geo Basic Makwa. Mandaga Judge Gag Gigazo. Peshama Mandio Zoana Gaton order Nabi. Manda order in the Sway Assen order in the Kia Nami order in the being. You want to the ki go gibiat ki bedeven zwanak. Chiges kana gi week bedon ge o wakshens mi o gi mebzatro gibu. Kitte suma sagi gide bana na basic. Gadami nashna ge o ka ni nigi o nak ni ge go gi kede ge o wakshens. Gadag jeton sagna ge gi. Mina, mi deske ki madbet ma ge o makwa. Pesho da gaja, gijagaza. Bone ango kore, there's a hole in the ice there. O madben ore, katon ore zwanak. Mi deske na ki jitot na ge o. Mi ora gi sway asing na ge zwanak ma bo makwa. Mi deske bejat ma kcha. Chigi go. Course a week went on. Me kagi skitto sin. Manda gimachi dono kigo. Kajo week badang zoanak. Me agi boxing gokyo. Me doji kajo machi said o makwa. Kagi o ma zoanak hiya zin geave. Ige yo and just knock zit geo. Kagi o zoanak hiya zin. Mi just ke walk chance ki gno ma gi chaba pan. Is wonder ge gumi nan ma be basic go gi kedage o. Geswed win. Up to gagi kadage o. We got section and then ge o makwa. Mi just gna ge o is knock zit ge nangu. That's why he's only got that little tail on him there today, that black bear. That Wagosh took him over there. So then we the ones he won't he won't scare you, kid. I gave him Makwa. You lied to me, kid. Maybe the Zam Snagi. Him did the Ogi go as I go Bonajin, Bonayang Gokuma. Kagidepskine, see. You on the town was one of my Makwa. Me Monday again, Ganjaman Ganageo, to meet one that to share that story of that the black bear. When he woke up in January, he was hungry. He was out looking for that wanted something to eat. He was looking all over the place and he saw the fox. That fox had 2 fish with him. And that's what I was saying in the language, we the one on. He's been, we the one on your Shaganashi one go be Gio on with you. The Shagadan, but then I'm just saying that. But that's a story I just wanted to leave you with tonight. Me can go boy now. Oh, Makwa.
You know, watch
Well, yeah, you might dream about that black bear and the fox tonight. Man, the bourgeois,
Come on.
Oh, me wet.
Ah, me what? You be like. No, people go home next week. Take up. You're gonna you can. Yeah.
That box looks like that.
Aha.
He's smiling.
Okay.
Okay, Miigwech. Everyone, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Ron and crew, for enjoyable evening. Lots of laughter again, sharing, storytelling. You're making me look at my birds a little differently, other than calling them a small bird or a colorful bird or a brown bird, or a noisy bird. It's going to be nice to actually put a name to them. Yeah. So till next week, we will see everybody again. Stay well. Let's not do too much shoveling, and we'll touch base then.
Aha.
Rich.
Okay.